Whoops, tautology.
Since I see a certain someone got out of their menu screen, so we got limited time. Sad. Think chat is gonna be dry today.
Why is it so fucking quiet in here?
You should be scared.
You should be
I'm conserving
scared.
energy for later.
Very suspicious.
Very, very suspicious.
What are you all planning?
Blah.
Hey,
Only
keep in
quiet.
mind. Keep in mind, I have your fate in my hand. I still have a 5 encounter in my back pocket.
It's only quiet because I have company, okay? I didn't come up with the idea for the start.
God, it's almost
that's
like
fair
you guys,
enough.
it's almost like you guys rely on Matt to do that all for you.
Debatable.
Sometimes it was Dave.
Well, how is everybody?
I'm alive, and I haven't worked this week except for one day.
That's unfortunate.
I'm alive.
We're all alive, which is good. Well, KP's partially dying. Is Rusty here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh. I don't know. It's so weird with y'all being so goddamn quiet.
It is weird.
A little bit, yeah.
Alright, well, I guess we should just go ahead and get started then, shall we?
I guess so.
Has anybody heard from the Matt?
No.
No? Huh.
Let me see if I can get his attention.
I just DM'd him. We'll see. I know there's a chance that he's going to be late, so we'll see. Does anybody have access to his sheet, just in case if we need it?
No.
Nope.
Who wants it?
You could probably give it to me.
There you go, buddy. Alright, so previously on our little adventures through the region of Endroth, you guys were starting off in the port town of Eaglefront, looking for some work amongst the giant crowd of, new blood adventurers and veterans alike, and
Newblet.
quickly got overwhelmed by the mob as soon as the stack of job listings came in. Fortunately, there was a single job left over for the 6 of you to share as a group, which was an escort mission. Meeting your DMPC, Calvin, he basically just described to you all that he needs escort getting from Eaglefront to the human capital of Arcadia. And throughout your journey, you mingled and talked. Just basically passed the time. Nothing super interesting happened. You came across, a couple merchants, some
Sold a barrel of milk.
Yeah. a couple merchants, some adventurers who you guys sold some products to.
Some milk.
Ball.
You bought my whole barrel.
And
The whole
course-
barrel of malt.
towards the end of the session, you guys met a friendly ranger named Skeeth, who basically told you, hey, go check out this inn when you get to Arcadia and tell them that I sent you.
I don't remember what the name of it.
Sue of Hands.
Thank you, Cody.
Okay, so we are going to go ahead and begin our journey today. The morning after you guys met Skeeth, you guys pack up your camp, break everything down, load it up onto the carts, and then make your way to the Kingdom of Arcadia. So, as I mentioned before, Arcadia is known to be as the human, quote, human capital of Endroth, as this kingdom rests upon the shores of a large lake within the middle of the central island on the eastern side of Endroth. The Kingdom of Arcadia basically has all of your essential needs in terms of adventuring gear, blacksmiths, libraries, shops galore. Arcadia is also the home of a Genesis stronghold, to where a lot of basic alchemy and research, and it's a science lab basically.
Nerds.
Pretty much. So, as you guys enter the Kingdom of Arcadia, there's a couple of guards that are there. They stop you. They basically go through the basic check-in stuff. He's like, "Hi, welcome to Arcadia. What are you guys here for? How long are you staying? And what kind of cargo are you hauling?"
Spice and milk for cargo.
I
And
got
cheese.
furs and
Da
pelts.
has milk.
I has furs and pelts.
Spices.
Right then, do you happen to have a cargo list?
Wait,
I have a list of what I have on mine.
I as well.
The rat just looks at the driver. This is what I have. Just points to the cart. He doesn't have an itemized list.
No, Astrosis. He's asking for what's in the cart, not your entire cart.
What they has is in cart.
Yeah.
If you would,
Yes, but
if you would please just open the lids to the barrels to ensure no smuggling and such. But I would recommend getting an itinerary of what you have in your cart.
it'll be prepared the next time we get to a major city.
If you want to, I would also suggest visiting the Merchants Guild over in the central of the city. I do notice. I do notice maybe some of your ID carvings on your carts are a little out of date. Do you all have your merchant's licenses?
I do.
I hold up mine.
Also hold up mine.
Strosis is not merchant. I make cheese to eat.
Ah, very well then. Well, you said your name is Astrosis, yes?
See, yes. See?
If you
See,
If you-
Spanish now.
That was a very Russian C.
Russian Spanish.
Damn, we're all over the place. We're Russian, we're Spanish, we're English. We don't know what we are.
Well, Astrosis, if you wouldn't mind at least just opening the lids to your barrels so we can inspect them, you'll be on your way.
Okay. Pops open the lid, and there's just a little bit of milk at the bottom, and then there's like a wrapped up piece of cheese because I sold one of my barrels off. When I say a little bit of milk, there's about 18 gallons.
Oh, that's a little bit. Yeah. Okay.
That's a little bit.
For Cody,
Well,
that
yeah,
is-
no, that's
it's not-
that is.
It's like a third of a barrel.
Yeah. So the guard, of course, has like a little parchment there. He just writes a bunch of stuff down, rolls it up, and hands it to Astrosis. There you are, son. It's not official documentation, but at least in case if anybody asks you for papers or anything, show them that.
Okay.
Guards will part their ways, and then you guys will therefore enter the city of Arcadia.
Big city. Woo!
So, as you guys pass through the main gates of Arcadia, yeah, the city is big. It is nesting up along the shorelines of the giant lake that oversees a small little mountain range in the background that you guys can see oversighting of the primary castle that rests in the center of the city. Main roads stretch into the entryway of the kingdom, into a large market area where there are carts and carriages going all over the place, hooves and clomping all over the place. You see villagers running around doing their daily business. Shops are open. Overall, just the feeling of a busy city really starts setting in. And Calvin looks around, and you guys can see like a big smile on his face, and he's like, "You know, I can't tell you the last time I've actually been home."
This place of birth?
Yeah, I was born here in Arcadia.
Well, welcome home.
Yeah, welcome home.
I'll tell you what, you never get used to the sights. So, I know our whole thing was just for you guys to get me to Arcadia, and like I said, I don't really have a whole lot of money on me, but let me go talk to my family, and I'll get you guys your payment. Do you guys want to meet me at the Adventurers Guild? I don't know, say 4 hours?
This good.
For hours,
Sounds
yeah.
good to me.
We could do that.
All right, cool. Until then, I know that Skeeth fellow was talking about the Sow of Hands.
Yeah.
Down the main road, if you take the 5th Street and go left, it should be there.
5th Street to the left. Got it.
Great. I'll see you guys later then.
All right, see you later.
And he's just gonna grab his bag and hop out of the back of the cart, make his way down
It's
one of the
just like,
side
I pointed
streets.
you in the right direction. Now it's up to you.
It's up to you.
Perhaps we should have asked for directions to Adventure Guild.
Well, if we get to the inn, then we should be able to get directions to the Adventurers Guild. Setting up
Process.
a place to stay for the night
Yeah.
would be helpful.
Me and Hazam are gotta take you to the Merchants Guild too.
Do I need merchant license if I have 2 merchants with me?
Technically, yes.
Oh. Fine.
If you plan,
Wouldn't hurt to have it.
yeah. If you plan
Unless
on
we register as a group. I don't know if that would actually supersede a merchant license for you. I'd have to ask.
we will have to ask when we get there. But
Yeah.
if you plan on selling your cheese later down the road, or milk, we're not around.
You'd be able to legally do it.
Well, selling on road is not taxable. Correct?
Well, yes, that is technically true. If you want to sell in cities or towns, you have to have a license. Or at least
It
a
just
permit.
prevents trouble.
Yeah.
Okay. Astrosis will follow your lead.
All right,
So
so
where to first?
yeah,
Adventurers
where
Guild?
is everyone going? Adventurers Guild or to the inn? Or anywhere else in Arcadia?
I'm
At
gonna
least
go to the
somebody
inn
should
first.
go to the inn. Yeah.
Yeah, let's check out the inn first.
Yeah.
I think all of us are going to go to the inn, then make our way to Adventurers Guild. That way we can drop off our gear and whatnot and
Yeah.
settle in our rooms.
Inn,
It also gives
Adventurers
me
Guild,
time.
Merchants Guild.
It also gives me time to milk my cows because it
You
is a
can't
new
Also
day.
give proper
those.
directions.
All right, fair enough. So everybody makes their way down the 5th Street on the left, down the alley, and eventually you guys see a large inn with a big sign that in fancy text reads "The Sow of Hands," and it has a little hole, a couple like wooden hands holding the sign. So you guys pull your carts up to the front of the inn. There's like a little boy there that points you guys to a small alleyway to the side, to where you guys can actually park your carts with the rest of like the horses in the stable area in the back. And you guys walk into the Sow of Hands to find a gentleman standing at the counter, just doing, bartender things, just standing there wiping down a mug. The tavern itself, or the inn itself, doesn't really have like a whole lot of customers right now. Just a couple of lingering individuals. Until you guys see this gentleman. He gives you guys a warm smile, and he puts down the mug and he says, "Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Sow of Hands. What can I get started for you?"
We're actually in the market for rooms. We don't know how many at the moment. Do we want to do 2 rooms or a room for everybody? Like individual.
I'm fine with sharing a room.
I don't mind sharing. It's cheaper.
Gentlemen.
I see why not.
Astrosis. I just said his name in the accent like he's talking. No, Astrosis is looking a little concerned. If I get the room with you, you won't eat me? As he looks at half the party members.
Well, you would be rooming with me and Hazama.
And no, I will not teach you.
2 rooms, please. And how much is it to board beasts of burden?
All right. Well, let's see here. Two rooms. How many beasts of burden do we have?
2 heavy horses and 2 cows.
Okay, then. That is going to run you about 6 silver a night. That includes breakfast in the morning.
Yes.
That's
I put
fairly
one
nice.
over.
How much do you have all meals included?
All meals included. Well,
I think we can find food throughout the town here, Stros.
You have different levels of comfort for your rooms.
Well, we do have two different types of rooms. The standard rooms that are made for most people on their way through adventures looking for a good night rest. But we also do have more glamoured rooms per se, mostly for anybody who gets off to be a little bit higher class per se. The reputation of the Show of Hands has grown in the last few months.
How much for the more glamoured rooms?
On top of the beast of burden. That's going to run you about 8 silver and 4 copper a day.
I'll put a gold piece on the counter. How many days will that get us?
1.
You
Yeah.
said
One
silver
day.
and copper.
Yeah.
8 silver,
silver.
and 4 copper. So you'll get a silver and 6 copper left.
It's a
D10
D10
system.
system.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Base 10 system.
Base 10. Yeah, we're not doing the base 100.
Even if it was the base 100, that's 100 days. Are you sure you want to spend drop that much?
Not 100 days.
No, 10 days. Sorry.
I will look at the script. How long do you guys feel like we're gonna be here for?
Well, hard to say. We could just do it by a day-by-day basis.
That works with me.
Okay with doing that. I'll put a second gold on the table. 2 rooms for a night.
Alright then. He'll take the 2 pieces of gold, dig into his little pouch, and hand you the change. Here are your room keys. And I hope you all enjoy your stay.
Question.
Yes.
Do you know anyone by the name of Skeeth?
Oh yes, I forgot. Skeeth told us to come here.
You guys suddenly see his face drop.
We ran into him on...
The road here.
Yes.
Rather odd fellow.
Definitely an interesting one.
You're gonna see him like squint his eyes a little bit, and you're gonna hear him say, "What did Chris put you up to this?"
No, he
This
just
is-
told us to check the establishment.
And he just looks at all of you, and he's like, "Yeah, okay, good joke. And the leprechaun told me where to find the fucking pot of gold."
No,
Sorry, we
being
don't
completely
know
serious.
the reference. This is our first time here in Acadia.
We also don't know if you have history with him. He just told us to check out your establishment.
He
Well,
could have
the
given us a
tips for
false
the
name
travel.
just to
Yeah, that
Oh,
too.
no.
mess with new adventurers.
No. Skeeth was my best customer.
Is that a map?
Yes, it is.
It's a man.
It's a...
Man, it's the tree!
Yeah, no. Skeeth was my best customer. But there's no way he could have told you to come here.
Why do you say
Unless-
that?
Unless if you all been traveling for more than 5 months together, there's no way.
We just made our way from Edgeport.
Skeeth died 5.5 months ago.
I'm sorry, what?
This is bizarre.
Then, if he died 5 months ago,
Who did we...
He's gonna reach down behind the counter. And he's gonna pull out a scroll. unfold it and then show you guys. It is a copy of a death certificate.
Why carry that around?
It's the only thing I have of him. He was a good
So-
man.
Somebody going around impersonating?
Or was it an apparition?
More than likely, someone you impersonating his name. I apologize for bringing up something so touchy.
Yes.
I am deeply sorry.
Can you at least describe this person so that way I can have the guards take a look at, keep an eye out for him?
Yeah, and I would describe how he looked.
What would you like us to roll?
Knowledge history.
Tall, lanky, wore a cloak.
Oh, I give an exact description.
We're not much help.
I fumble a little bit.
I'm not even going to roll for me and the other one.
So, Ace, you start describing what this guy looked like to the bartender, and you see him go from, slightly agitated to puzzled. And you look at, and he looks at you and he goes, "That's exactly what Skeeth looked like."
Very well, could be an apparition.
Well, regardless, if I hear anything else out about people talking about him, I'll keep an ear out.
Probably a good idea.
Again, we're sorry to have brought up a
A touchy subject.
source of.
It's all right. You folks didn't know. Enjoy Arcadia.
Thank you.
Thank you,
for
good
your
sir.
hospitality.
Thank you very much.
If I may ask before you step away, can you give us directions to the Adventurers Guild?
Yeah. The Adventurers Guild, well, that depends. Do you want the East Side or the West Side Guild?
Whichever's closer.
Yeah.
What is difference?
Well, there really isn't any difference, but Arcadia is a really big city. They tried going with a centralized Adventurers Guild, but
It probably got
I
too
think it
crowded.
got too crowded.
yeah, the crowds and the riots kind of got a little out of hand, so they just built the East and the West Wing.
Just to split
Guild.
it up. That
That
seems...
is completely fair.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
Whichever
like to
one
see
is closer.
monster corpses being dragged through the center of the city too. So
Well, if you're looking for the West Wing, which is the closest one, you're gonna head back out to the main road. Go just past the market. You're gonna be taking the northwest road, and then take the fourth left.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
All right. So, I'm guessing you guys make your way up to your rooms. Drop all your gear. Then start making your way to the Adventurers Guild.
Yep.
yeah,
Yep. I keep my cane with me.
Yeah, I keep my rapier with me.
Yeah, I mean, I still keep, my weapon, but
Actually, I don't even need to drop off gear. I don't wear armor.
I do. I pretty much drop off my studded leather.
yep.
I'll make sure to drop the quantity.
I remain fully geared. I just drop off the beast of burden and whatnot.
So, you guys make your way over to the Adventurers Guild. I didn't feel like populating this map.
Okay.
Well, actually, no, I'm gonna have to. Hold on. Return of the Clone People.
Me?
No, not the Clone Wars.
Yippee!
Do. All right. So, to the Adventurers Guild you guys go. I'm going to go ahead and put Calvin off to the side here. So, you guys walk into the Adventurers Guild. Of course, there's people gallivanting all over the place. There's people talking to the one last that's over here. And you guys can see what appears to be a little gnome over off to the right here, who is just filling out some paperwork.
I am going to go over to the gnome with our job listing in hand.
All right.
I'll follow
Excuse
you.
me.
I'm just going to go ahead and say Sequoia is going to follow you guys as well.
Yep.
So the gnome is going to look up from their paperwork and say, well, hello, everyone. How can I help you?
Quest to turn in.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. May I see the paper, please?
Hands him over the paper.
Ah, yes. The escort quest. I was told from Eaglefront that this was a long-awaited one. Well, good to know that they finally got here to Arcadia, safe and sound. Any troubles along the way?
No,
No, the roads were actually pretty peaceful.
quite calm.
Wonderful. In that case, then, payment appears to be coming from the creator of the quest themselves. So this Calvin individual is the one who is supposed to be paying you. Have you received your payment yet?
Not yet.
We're
He
gonna
will be
meet
meeting
him.
us later.
Yes.
Oh. Do you have something in regards of compensation?
I don't know if he gave us a number. He said he had to speak to his family.
They're just gonna look down at the paper again. They're gonna reach into their bag, pull out their glasses, and just read through the whole thing.
If we have to wait for Calvin himself and come back, that's perfectly fine.
No. It's not that I'm worried about. It's... Oh dear.
Is everything okay?
Well... I really do wish that you all at least collected something from this Calvin individual to hold on to, at least for insurance, per se.
You believe us to be swindled?
Honestly, it wouldn't really surprise me. We've had a lot of people come by here who have situations like this that come up, but when you sign the contract and, well, the individual doesn't hold up on their end, there's not really much the guild can do. Besides, standard procedure to put in a search warrant, basically, to hunt those individuals down. But false names and narratives are so common amongst thieves and scammers the like.
Well, at least the Adventurers Guild in Eagleport didn't have much left for tasks anyway, so we were going to end up having to come this way anyhow. So I suppose it's not a total loss, even if we're swindled.
Agreed.
There's no
Plus,
sweat off our
me and
backs.
Hazama have wares we can recoup some of the loss.
And we didn't ask for any sort of payment or anything like that.
He basically
This
shoved
was-
payment into our face.
This was more of getting him here so he can attend the funeral.
I need to make a roll. A couple rolls, actually.
What we roll in?
I need to make rolls.
He's rolling to see if he knows.
If he knows
Uh,
the way.
Oh, a funeral? Well, that's unfortunate. Well, you said that he was going to be meeting you here in a few hours, yes?
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, there's 2 adventurers guilds. We didn't specify which one.
That's
Which
not
way did he
actually-
run off?
He went to the east side.
Is there a chance he went to east side?
Oh, that's not a problem at all, actually. And she's gonna pull out a little rock. If he ends up going to the East Adventurers Guild, we have a way of getting in contact with them.
Ooh, that's handy.
It's very efficient.
Well, information travels both ways, and situations like this where groups get split up tend to happen quite a lot. But
That is fair.
if you would like to at least come back and check in about 4 or 5 hours or so, if he comes by. If not, well, then we can go ahead and begin the process of filling out the paperwork.
I think we should give him some time. It seemed to me like he was a decent person, but that could be faked. But if he doesn't
Either
show
way.
up, we'll fill out the paperwork.
Yeah. Either way, didn't you and Hazama have things to do in the market?
Yes, we have to go to...
Yes, we have to go to the Merchants Guild.
Are you able to point us into the direction of the Merchants Guild?
Yes,
Oh,
please.
yes. It's the old Adventurers Guild. It's large building in the center of the market. Can't miss it.
Thank you.
So we passed it.
Yes, you would have passed it by now.
Oh, that's good to know.
Well, thank you very much.
Of course. Have a great day.
Asterosis, Hazama, shall we go?
Yeah.
Just, yeah.
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 Have fun in the market, ladies.
All right, ladies. What are the 3 of you going to do
I don't know.
for now?
Oh, I thought you were
Matt, if
talking
you're
to us
there,
for
you're
now.
still muted.
He's currently listening in. He's still at work.
Okay. What should we do?
I'm gonna go explore the city.
We're off to see the market.
Sightseeing! Woo! Yeah, why not?
They're so gonna get lost.
I mean, we can always ask directions.
Alrighty, let's start off with the boys who are out going to the
Boy!
Adventurers, or not the Adventurers Guild, the Merchants Guild.
Yeah, the boys.
So you guys are practically just going to the Merchants Guild, getting Astrosis's merchant's license.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would also ask how the spice sales are doing in this.
The one merchant operator just picks up a ledger and just right under the table in front of you.
I'll look through that while Asterosis is paperwork.
So the Merchants Guild operator basically just hands you a stack of papers, Astrosis, and he explains to you, fill out this paperwork, and then go ahead and answer the questions that are on the final page. It's just policy that we have to have at least some knowledge that you have a heightened sense of intelligence.
It's a competency test.
It's a competency test along with economics, math,
Reading and writing.
writing, the whole shtick.
Now is probably a good time to say that Thrusus can't read.
Astrossus can't read.
God.
Would you mind helping him?
Yes, I got this.
I know numbers, but the reading part, I don't quite got yet.
We're gonna have to teach him how to read.
You're the ones who dragged him there.
As you guys are saying this, the receptionist is gonna like slowly pull back the stack of papers.
Let me ask this: is there a way for a
Is there an apprenticeship?
There is, yes, an apprenticeship program, but he's gonna look at Ace and Hazama and say, how long have the two of you been merchants? Or as a part of our guild?
I actually need to look at my backstory.
I'm trying to think of how many years that would be for me. Because I actually didn't write that down.
Well, one of you is from a mercantile family, right?
Yeah, that's me.
You
Yeah,
probably
both of us.
could explain that. You could probably say that, and it's basically been ingrained in you from youth.
Sir, have you ever heard of the Ravenstar mercantile family?
I have, as a matter of fact.
I am the youngest son of that family. Only son of that family, currently.
I should actually give my character a surname.
Well, while unfortunately, it's wonderful that you were raised in our field, but law states you have to have been a merchant registered with the guild for at least 7 years before you can take on an apprentice.
Oh, 7 years?
Wow. That only 7 years?
Yes.
I have.
Well, although there has been talks of changing that law, upping it to 10.
Even if it was raised.
Okay.
Let me also first explain. It's scales with race, so
What would you say for Vishkanyas?
And elves.
He's gonna reach down, pull out a scroll. He's gonna unravel the scroll as it flops to the ground.
Making this guy do work.
See.
Here's but the question: if I make cheese, can they sell my cheese?
Unless if you have a supplying ledger, they could. Yes.
Okay.
But you would have to fill out the paperwork for that.
And we could also do a mutual sellers contract.
Yes, but he would need to read and understand the contract for that. Signs the contract. See what I mean?
If you read it, I will understand it. I just cannot read the paperwork.
Can you just not read common?
Alright, so he basically tells you guys the translation. Both of you are obviously old enough and have been registered with the guild for long enough in order to take Astrosis as an apprentice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm 35. I should be well over that limit.
I'm 155.
Fuck you.
Well, again, it's not based off of your actual race's age. It's for how long you have been a part of the merchant guild.
Yeah.
So, telling him, fuck you.
But you guys would have been registered at a very early age in life. You guys are fine.
Yay.
That begs the question, Hazama. Are we both going to be teaching him?
He's gonna have to learn. He's gonna have to learn how to read someone.
No, I meant the mercantile trade.
We'll discuss that later.
Oh, before we do that, how many teachers is an apprentice allowed to have at a time?
It's typically one. Actually most of the time it's one, because you would think a lot of people come by here, they talk up Bernie, the local blacksmith here, and he comes in and he's like, "Oh, hey guys, I got another one to teach," and I'm already handing him the paperwork. And apprenticeships usually take about 6 or so months to fully get a grip on everything. But if you say that you have already had some experience in the selling industry, perhaps you would be able to get your license quicker. Just work on your literature, and you should be fine.
That's what we can help him with.
Yes, that's an easy fix. Speaking of easy fix, where is the nearest bookstore?
Southeast corner of the market district.
Thank you very much.
Or, well, if you also want to browse around the market district itself, there's plenty of vendors and sellers all over the place there that they would be able to help you out. Depends on what you're looking for, of course.
Fair enough.
Wouldn't hurt to stop by.
True.
Reading and writing for dummies.
Alright, so
back to school, back to school.
Back to school.
So the Merchant Guild will give one of who is taking on Astrosis as their apprentice on paper. Like, the both of you can very easily teach him, but one of you guys have to legally be his mentor.
I'll take him.
All right. So Ace.
Everybody's fighting over the cute little mousey.
So Ace, the guild person gives you the application for the mentorship. Basically, he just asks you a couple of questions that you very easily take care of. They fill out the paperwork, and then you now obtain an update to your merchant license, stamped with a little decorated like M stamp to show that you are a mentor. And Astrosis, they carve out a new kind of like a permit, and then stamp that with an A for apprentice.
What do they carve it into?
It's kind of like a small sheet of metal, kind of.
Oh, okay.
And they hand that to you, so you now possess a merchant apprenticeship card, which basically is a learner's permit for merchants.
Going to add a new profession.
Profession, merchant.
Yes.
All right. Anything else the three of you want to do?
Browse the stalls, the shops.
All right. Toby.
Probably look over at the furs and pelts. See what they people have to offer.
Okay. Give me a profession merchant.
I should do that too. 2 for spices.
Sure, both of you go for it.
Yeah.
Fortunately, Ace, there's a lot of spices around here. You guys are on the coast. You know, ships are coming in all over the place. Well, you're not on the coast anymore. You're in a capital city.
Yeah.
Like, there's spices all over the place. Jacob, however, Zama, you do happen to find a couple of merchants that are basically saying, you know, there's a lot of like, actually, you know what? Give me a diplomacy check on top of your merchant check. Okay. So one of the merchants, you know, they take a look at your pelts and they're like, "Oh, these are pretty good pelts, I got to say. Where'd you get them from?"
Oh, I got these from Eaglefront.
Eaglefront. Ah, Port City, of course. Damn. Well, you got your hands on some good pelts here. You know, rumor has it that there has been a lot of high figures coming here to Arcadia.
High figures, you say?
Yes. Big names of all different kinds. There's big thing apparently is going on that even Genesis is getting involved. I've seen
Funeral.
some people walking around here, you know, armored soldiers and guards from all over the region, pretty much. So keep an eye out. There might be some high value targets to sell those fine pelts to. I'd offer to buy them myself, but I don't even think I could afford all of it.
Well, since you told me about the, you know, big names, you know, giving me some wonderful news, I can give you a discount.
Okay. What about some of the yak hide that you have there? How much pelt do you have, Azama?
Well, I have
You have seal,
mink, and beaver.
Beaver. Oh.
Did you get a total of 10 gold?
10 gold's worth of pelt, but he only paid 9.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I see you have seal and beaver. What is this other one that you have?
Mink.
Did you say mink?
Mink. M-I-N-K.
What is a mink?
See what a mink was.
It's
kind of like a weasel.
yeah, kind of like a
Same
weasel.
family.
Yeah, kind of like a weasel.
They're part of the same family as weasels and ferrets and whatnot.
Okay.
Interesting. I've never seen a mink hide. How much was a mink hide?
If they've never seen it, up the price.
Definitely go for a profit.
I mean,
not too much of a profit, but
if you go based off of weasel hide, what'd you say 3 gold for it?
yeah, 3 gold will work. I mean, I'm already like KP. I'm already getting a profit because I only spent 9 gold out of 10.
That's right. There you are. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Jacob, we are
Okay.
merchants. We sell everything for a profit.
I know.
I mean, it is worth to be said. Minks are aggressive little assholes.
All right, Brady and Strosis. Anything else you guys are doing?
See if I can find beginner books for Cody.
Give me perception. Yeah, you find maybe like a couple children's books.
Yeah, A, B, C, D.
Pretty much.
I'll get them.
All right. Bookseller is just like 3 copper.
I could do that easily. How many books do I get?
You get 2 books.
Okay.
One is just like a picture book. You know, cow, bird, cat. You know, that kind of thing.
I am
And
not
the
the
other-
child.
And the other one is kind of like a little children's story book.
You may not be a child, Astrosis, but this is the quickest, easiest way
In
to
fact,
get
I can tell you the
familiarized.
In fact, I can tell you the name of the book. Give me a minute.
Oh God.
Dundee's
Yes, give me the
alphabet.
name.
The Secret of Nymph.
Nymph.
The secret of.
Damn.
The Secret of the You know what? I'm gonna keep that one to myself.
Okay, so Brady, you get a book that's called Onrar the Owl Bear.
Spell that,
Oh,
please.
it sounds so cute.
It sounds adorable.
This is actually a canon book that I made up in Silky's story. It is a children's book. I actually had to go refer back to my draft of Silky's backstory.
Damn.
To
Okay.
find the name of that. It's one of the most popular children's book in Apinox.
Even made its way all the way over here, huh?
Oh yeah.
Bridging the gap.
It's globally renowned.
And
Well, Onrar the Owl Bear is actually it's a play on Ferdinand. If you guys ever read that book.
I've never read the book. I know of it.
Read.
Oh, God, that shit was drilled into my
Can't
fucking
say I'm
head.
I can't say I'm familiar with it.
Fair enough. All right. Anyway, and Cody, what is Astrosis doing?
You said I got 2 books.
Following the 2 merchants around like lost little puppy dog.
Yeah, you got
there any-
Onrar the Owl Bear, and then the picture book.
Okay.
Nondescript picture book.
Yeah, just the nondescript children's picture book.
Barnyard Animal Edition.
Yeah. Call it Barnyard.
uh,
All right, ladies. What are you all doing?
Getting lost.
KP?
Yeah. Sightseeing.
Sightseeing?
Also getting lost.
Fair
Yep.
enough. Roll me perceptions.
So they don't get lost.
I'm distracted by all the cute shiny things.
Cody, roll for Sequoia.
what am I rolling for her?
Perception.
Perception.
Perception. Perp.
Welcome back, friend.
16, 20, and 14. Okay.
He's still on his phone.
Can you all hear me?
No.
Barely.
No.
Well, okay, well, I'm talking loud. I'm whispering.
I just
You're a
turned
church
you up
mouse.
to 80.
Okay, well, I'm talking through my phone speaker through air, so I'm just gonna go back to being mute then.
Oh, I
Sorry.
could hear you when I turned you up to 60 plus.
Yeah, but I'm gonna get on my computer very soon, meaning that that's gonna kill your ears.
All right, wonderful.
Fair enough.
All right. So, let's see here. Florentia, you're just wandering around. You know, nothing really catches your eye. Like, you see a couple of, like, nice pieces of jewelry in a shop window or something. But nothing, like, too noteworthy to see. It's the same deal with Sequoia. Just marveling at all of the weird human things that are surrounding
Meet a
her.
a
You
work
know,
management
she
platform
notices
that
a lot
helps
of
companies
people
get
are
more
like
done.
just staring at her like, what the fuck?
You call this a toilet? Why is it just hole in the ground?
We'll explain later.
And for Vanya, eh, like you just happen to be looking around, you know, noticing like little smaller things and stuff. Like you see a couple of people like exchanging goods. You can't really see what it is. You know, a couple of kids are just causing mischief off on the corner of a street. You look down an alleyway, you see somebody get stabbed. Just typical human stuff.
Those, typical capital city things.
Yeah. All right. So, a few hours go by. I'm guessing you guys are going to head back to the Adventurers Guild?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you guys are going to come back to the Adventurers Guild. You're going to come in through the doors, and you guys are actually going to see Calvin sitting at the reception counter.
I'm gonna make my way over.
Ace, give me a perception roll as you're walking over.
Ba-da-da-da.
No.
You don't see shit.
Nope.
Can any of the rest of us try and see what's going on over there?
Yeah, if you guys are making your way over to Calvin, then by
Yeah,
all means go for it.
Yeah, why not?
Probably.
Hey, I see things this time!
I don't see shit.
It's almost like, did I just step in something?
I rolled a 3.
Alright.
I'm not.
So Matt technically sees this as well, but KP, Florentia happens to notice that as you guys are approaching Calvin, you are noticing that he looks pretty calm just talking to the receptionist on the top, but his right leg is bouncing so goddamn fast.
Is he a fucking rabbit?
Hey, Calvin.
He's gonna turn around and give you guys a smile and just like practically jump out of the seat and be like, "Hey, okay, cool. I'm glad I came to the right place."
Well, they said even if we ended up going to separate adventurers guilds, they have a way to communicate with each other.
Yeah, about that. Can I offer you guys an extension of our contract?
Let's.
Why don't we take a seat and talk?
Yeah. Tell us. What's going on?
You
Okay.
seem a bit on edge. Is everything okay?
What the fuck?
You okay there, Josh?
Hold on, my music decided to just say F you.
I am taking a break from reality. Bye.
Excuse me, sir. There is no free advertisement on my stream. Get the fuck out of here.
Technical difficulties.
Be gone, ads. All right. Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and have you guys come around here. Calvin's gonna sit down and he's gonna like cross his fingers. He's gonna be like, okay, I can't legally, I can't tell you guys what's going on.
Okay.
I need your help. I need your help. I and the rest of my family apparently were left something that has the potential to be incredibly dangerous. But the payout is going to be massive.
How dangerous and how massive?
Scale of 1 to 10 is how dangerous is this?
Is it dangerous to ourselves or dangerous to a country?
Yes.
Scale-
It can go either it can go either way. I don't know the full details. We weren't read the will yet, so can I just at least ask you guys to come with me, since you guys are kind of my escorts, you know? And if you guys want to stay, you can stay. If not, you know, I'll give you whatever money I have, and you can be on your way.
Where
Nothing
do
wrong
you
with
need to
hearing
go?
details.
There were two people asking questions at the same time.
I was making a statement. Go ahead, KP.
Where exactly do you need us to escort you to now?
Back to my grandfather's manor.
And where would that be located?
Okay, that's very specific, but location-wise.
It's just outside the east gate.
Okay, and why do you necessarily need an escort?
Yeah, I think it's more of to let us see some details.
It is to finalize details of this new job.
But first off, we should finish the contract we have through the guild before we
Okay.
start anything else.
It's mostly because I'm afraid of my family. I'm not.
So you wanna
Okay,
bring
before we open
something
that
to
can of
the
worms.
graces.
Before we open that can of worms, let's finish the guild contract, since we have a guild contract, and that way there's no problems on your end, there's no problems on our end. If we
He
get
also
more
did
details and
ask-
we decide to split ways.
Okay,
That way
okay.
there's no problems.
Okay. I would love to go ahead and finish this contract, but I
You can't
still
pay
don't
us.
have the money. Like I said,
We didn't
weren't-
specify a specific amount. We never agreed on a specific amount.
Okay. Let me see here.
And I don't believe there was a specific amount mentioned in the quest. Anyway.
He's gonna like reach into his bag and he's gonna pull out this tiny little coin purse, and he's gonna dump out 18 gold coins. That is,
We're not robbing you blind, sir.
yeah. He just looks at it and gestures to it, and he's like, "This is everything I own."
Tell you
So
what, why don't we each take 1 gold piece, and we'll call the contract complete. We'll
Can
finish
agree
that
to
up.
that.
That way we're not practically robbing a poor person. God, I feel bad already taking a gold.
Just saying this out loud in front of him is hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah.
you can
Flora has not much of a filter right now. She's just like,
Okay, so each of you go ahead and take a gold. You could very clearly see that Calvin looks super insecure about this. He's so uncomfortable.
I'm gonna add it
Okay.
to Matt's already for him.
all right, there we go. Contract is complete. Why don't we finish the paperwork with the guild here?
Matt.
And then we can sit down and discuss this new proposal.
No,
Deal?
sure. You know, Calvin's gonna call over to the guild master or the attendant, hand him the contract, explain, hey, this contract is complete. I'm the one who issued it. I paid them. Everything's all good. Guildmaster will look at you guys and say, okay, is everything all clear then?
Yes.
We are
All
good.
good.
Thank you.
All right, your contract has been completed. If you need any more help, feel free to come by.
Thank you.
I
Should
just
we-
have to say this. I just have to say this. Sequoia is sitting there dawdling over this gold coin like she's never seen it before. Because I just looked at his inventory. He has absolutely no cash.
Oh my god.
That agrees.
I don't know what coin
I don't
is.
know what coin is.
Why is
She
it
doesn't, she doesn't know money. Oh god.
Oh,
We have one who doesn't, and they work together.
The illiterate rat. And the
Oh my god! The rat can't read, and the plant can't use money. How did you guys survive this? She can't read either.
Or do math.
Oh god. How did we survive up to this point?
That is a very good
The
question.
grandfather.
Jesus
The
Christ!
grandfather.
Thank you,
are you
Grandpa.
guys trying to kill me? Damn!
Oh Lord! Oh my God! Okay.
Matt, I love you.
John, do you know how to spell photosynthesis?
All right.
So Sequoia can calculate about approximately how many hours of sunlight she needs, but she can't count coin.
Yes. She doesn't have to eat. She uses photosynthesis. Jesus.
Like I said, she can calculate how many hours of sunlight she needs, but she can't calculate money. Yummy, yummy, son.
I don't even think it's a calculation. You just stand out in the sun until you feel full.
So it takes me this many hours to feel full,
Pretty
and
much.
I've already been out in the sun for this many.
So the sun's there when I start, and it's there when I end.
All right.
God, what is this from?
Okay, and okay. Oh God.
Oh God.
Now getting back to the subject here. So Calvin, is
What?
this
Sorry.
something that we should discuss in
I
the
would
guild
love to,
here?
but I ditched the other game, D&D game I have for the last 2 weeks on Friday.
Matt, mute yourself.
Matt, we can hear you. There we go.
Anyways, is this something that we should just? Good job, Matt.
Well done.
We should discuss here, or should we discuss it in a more private location? Since it seems to be a rather sensitive topic.
It's not, there's really not much that I can tell you. We don't know all the details ourselves. Like we were just all brought together and told, hey, my grandfather left a very important document in his will that I need to read to everybody in the family. That's the reason why literally my entire family is here in the city now.
And they were
Is your
waiting on
fam-
you?
Pretty much, yeah.
So why didn't one of them come get you?
Like I said, I'm not exactly the favorite child.
Or for another time.
Anyway. Alright, so... When do you have to go?
Like 20 minutes ago.
So this is something you need as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Well,
Is this something we're going to potentially have to cancel our lodging plans for?
He just shrugs.
We'll
Again.
cross that bridge.
What do you
I don't-
guys think? Should
I
we
don't
go
think
get
so.
our... We should probably get our stuff.
Well,
Yeah, you
if
probably
we
should
are
get
going to be
yourself-
taking this as an actual job, getting our armor at least would be
Beneficial.
yes.
I
Let
mean,
us get our stuff, and we will come with you.
okay, no problem.
And that odd fellow we met seems to be an impersonator?
we'll explain that one.
We'll explain it on the way.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So, you guys get up. You guys make your way back to the Sow of Hands. You explain to Calvin what the hell was going on with Skeeth. You know, he looks at you guys and he's like, well, that's weird.
Indeed.
Agreed.
But eventually, you guys go back up to your rooms, gather your stuff, and then you start following Calvin to the eastern gate of Arcadia.
As we're walking, I'm going to ask Calvin a question. Will your family be upset with us joining in on the reading of the will?
I don't think they'll be upset. I mean, no, I don't think they'll be upset at all.
Will they have people that are employed under them at the reading themselves?
Most likely not.
Then
We'll stay outside. Then I think that would be best.
agreed.
Or perhaps, just one or two of us go in. Not many. I feel like it might be a wee bit overkill.
I would kind of feel a little bit safer if you guys were with me.
Well, don't. All I can say is this: if they get angry at you, make sure it doesn't come back on us.
Of course, obviously.
We'll see how the situation is when we get there.
That would probably be our best course of action.
All right. Anything else you guys want to ask?
Nope.
You said we're looking for paper?
We're escorting him to his grandfather's house to read a paper.
Yeah, you guys are basically going to be sitting in on the reading of Calvin's grandfather's will.
Oh, we're going there for the reading. Okay.
Yes.
It
All
sounded
right.
like we were going there to look for something to me.
No.
No.
Pay attention, Brady.
What's
So-
I
paying
am paying
attention?
attention. I just misheard.
You guys make your way out of the eastern gate, follow a path up a hill, and eventually passing through a small little wooded area, you guys come across a very large manor sitting on the outskirts of Arcadia.
You didn't tell us your family was...
He did.
well off?
He did.
He did.
If you did.
When he hired us.
Mm-hmm.
I must have forgotten that.
He did.
part.
He did say that he might be able to ask his family for some money, but looking at the size of this manor, his family's fucking loaded. He looks behind you guys, and he like gives you guys like a sheepish smile, and he basically says, "Welcome to pretty much where I grew up."
So this is what it feels like to be swindled.
Damn.
Josh, is this manor smaller or bigger than my family's home?
Bigger.
Impressive.
Yep. And he's gonna walk up to the front doors, and he's gonna slowly open it and say, "Welcome to Markley Manor." Roll me histories immediately.
Ba, 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 ba. History, history, history. Do I even roll for Matt?
If he does not, if it's not checked, he cannot.
Okay, then don't ignore his thing.
Yeah, don't even bother. Florentia and Hazama. Well, actually, Vanya, you automatically pass,
Oh, okay.
What's your background?
and everybody else also passes. You guys recognize that name, Markley.
You said
You guys,
Markley Manor?
As in the Markley.
You're related to them?
yeah.
One of the biggest known houses in the continent?
Yeah. Wait, I didn't tell you guys my last name.
No.
Oh,
It wasn't on contract either.
Oh.
That explains why you were waiting a long time.
Yeah.
That would
maybe.
explain.
I feel
Yeah.
incredibly underdressed.
Yeah. Hi. I'm Calvin
I feel
Markley.
underpaid now. And I feel like I've...
I
Yeah,
think
hi.
his
Um,
assessment was right.
I'm Calvin Markley. My grandfather was Nicklin Markley, the great alchemist.
Another can of worms for later. Let's get this done and over with.
Yeah. We'll talk about it later. Okay. So you guys enter the manor. You guys are obviously, of course, greeted by servants and such. One servant in particular comes up to you. There he is. Ah, Master Calvin, you have returned. I guess these are your guests? That's right, Cedric. These are the people who I've been traveling with, and they're the ones who are going to be accompanying me. Ah, very good. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Markley Manor. My name is Cedric Provost. I am the head butler of the house. If you will follow me right this way into where the rest of the family is meeting, Hubert should be here very soon in order to begin the reading of the will. Before we enter, can I, by any chance, assist you all with anything? If you would like beverages, any kind of snacks, pastries, or anything, I could have the kitchen whip up something for you.
thank you
No,
very
thank
much,
you.
Sir Cedric. But I believe we are all right.
We're gonna find
Very
out.
well.
We happened to eat in town earlier.
Very well. If at any point in time you require something, please do not hesitate to ask any of the servants in the house.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your hospitality.
So, Cedric will therefore lead you guys upstairs and down the hall through a set of double doors where he opens up, and inside this room you see several people hanging out.
Oh boy.
So, make me perception checks.
Well, that makes sense. I am oblivious.
Oh, I roll fucking history.
Me and you are both oblivious.
Well, you have oblivious as well.
No, I rolled in that one.
Oblivious is legitimately my drawback.
That's what I'm saying. I'm oblivious with you. Because I rolled in that
The
one.
tree noticed.
I know, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, first off, let me go ahead and enhance some of the images for you guys so you can see them. Here. So first we have this spooky guy up in the corner.
Spooky!
Oh!
Squaw!
Squawk, squawk!
He has kind eyes.
Oh, Lord.
The bluest eyes I've ever seen.
We have these two individuals.
Poor Matt.
Or Matt.
Poor Matt.
Discord stopped updating. RIP. As soon as your guys are like eye scanning the whole room, getting a good look at all these individuals, Vanya, your eyes specifically stop instantly on these two people.
You know them personally, I assume.
We have these three individuals up in the top right.
She played Magic the Gathering.
She has magic hands.
Oh god.
Another character with a crow.
Now, where's the Lorax?
We have these three individuals sitting on the couch.
I'm looking for the one that speaks for the trees.
Unfortunately, that one is in our party.
Yeah.
But they are a tree, so are they still the Lorax?
And then you have these three individuals who are currently sitting down on the couch right here, reading a book, and what appears to be playing chess.
Oh boy.
Is it just me or
Regrouping
do
each
we?
with one child. Intriguing.
I feel incredibly out of place in here.
And then, of course, there is another butler standing in front of the fireplace here.
He has a very punchable face.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, it seems
Butler.
kind of smug
You have
too.
a kind face.
You have a kind
Really?
face. Can I
Yeah.
Zangief you?
You have a kind face. Really? Yeah, the kind I like to punch.
Can I Zangief you?
I thoroughly enjoy the way your flesh molds around.
What?
Goddamn.
I love how
May I-
he
may I
cuts
step
out at flesh.
Just
Oh god damn it!
the fact that I cut out there made it even better.
Yeah.
I
Alright,
like
Thoroughly enjoy the way the flesh molds around your bones.
So, as you guys are taking a look around the room, you're getting a good eye at the rest of the quote unquote family that are in this room. Most notably, you guys see right above the big fireplace here. You guys do happen to see an image of who you can obviously depict as the master of the house, well, former master of the house, Nicklin Markley.
Santa
He
Claus?
does. He looks
Why
like a
does
dad.
he look like he almost looks like Patrick Swayze.
Oh, he does look like Patrick Swayze.
He does.
Oh my god.
You guys also, more specifically, Sequoia and Astrosis. The two of you, most notably, see as you guys enter the room. You know, the eyes obviously go to see who recently came in, and a lot of these people are just looking at Calvin in complete disgust.
Yep.
Sequoia's gonna lead into Calvin and just like look at him and be like, do not these other humans note that you are part of their pack? They seem to hold much ill and hostility towards you.
It's a long story, Sequoia. Let's just come over here and wait for the will to be read.
Okay.
I'm gonna lead
I do
over
not
to
know how we'll
Sequoia.
read once.
Sequoia, there's a good chance he's the black sheep.
Black sheeps are natural. They occur all the time.
One moment, sorry.
He is an outsider of his pack, I guess is a way to put it. Seems.
Oh, he's the runt of the litter. Got it.
Standing right here.
It is kind of the best way to describe you right now,
Then again,
especially in her case.
I mean, no offense there. No offense there, small human, but you are frail compared to some of these other masculine individuals who seem to have very large muscle density upon them. I mean, look at that gentleman right there in the suit next to that Parth. He seems to have very good muscles.
Sequoia, drop
Yes.
the subject.
How do I drop?
Bring back.
She just like drops the
We'll
gold coin she's
continue-
been playing with.
Pick that back
Continue the
up.
conversation later.
Yes.
It picks up the coin. You just watch as like a little like bit of tree opens up and she just puts it in there like it's a bag.
My question is, how does Sequoia know what Parth is, but doesn't know what a coin is?
A hearth is a general term for where a fire goes.
All right. So, as you guys are just sitting there, just bickering, suddenly the doors to this room burst open, and in comes another individual in a full black suit, a giant top hat, a cane, and carrying a small little bag.
Ebenezer?
He a bird.
Scrooge.
yeah, I was gonna say
He has
Scrooge.
quite
Is
large
that you?
plumage. There goes Mr. Humbug. There goes Mr. Rude.
So he's gonna burst. He's gonna burst in, and he's gonna start hobbling his way over to the front of the room. And he says, all right, everyone gather around. I've got plenty of cases I need to handle the rest of the evening, and
Like
this
a
is going to
Scrooge.
take the longest."
He quite literally is a Scrooge.
Yeah, for real.
This butler right here is. You're gonna hear him audibly sigh and say, good evening, Mr. Mullinger." Yeah. All right, come on, hurry up. Obviously, the rest of the family is going to get up and start making their way over to
So Corey's going to begin walking towards.
listening.
Sequoia, stay.
All right, now is all family
But he said to come over.
is all current living family present?
One in the corner.
Sequoia, he said family.
Right, good, wonderful.
Oh.
Now,
Are we
for those
not
of you-
all part of the interconnected weave of tapestry of life?
Now, for all of those who
They are a different pack.
For all of you who do not know who I am, my name is Hubert Mullinger. I am Master Markley's lawyer. You have all been summoned here in order for me to read the final will and testament of your belated family member.
Athrosis walks up and holds his hand.
Emotional support rat.
Oh my
But he's not a rat, he's a mouse.
Alrighty. Give me just a second, I gotta pull up Obsidian. Yes, I legitimately wrote this out.
I don't blame you.
It's obsidian.
It's what he uses for his DM stuff.
It's the internet browser. It's a pretty good program, to be honest.
So he's gonna take out a scroll. He's gonna start unraveling it. It's a long piece of paper. He's gonna reach into his pocket, pull out a flask, uncap it, take a swig.
My kind of man.
All right. Well, hold on. Reach into his pocket, pulls out his glasses. All right. My dearest family, I, Nicklin Markley, chairman of the Genesis Council, being of sound mind and disposing memory, hereby make, publish, and declare this document to be my last will and testament, hereby revoking any and all wills and codicils previously made by me. I declare that I am making this will voluntarily out of the great threat that befalls my life as an alchemist and the great threat that plagues our region. This will reflects my intentions regarding the disposition of my estate, wealth, and the care of those whom I leave behind. I further declare that since my late wife, Kyra Markley, and my only son, Remus Markley, are long since deceased, whenever I refer to, quote, you, unquote, I am referring to the entire Markley family, unless I specifically state otherwise. Now, let us begin with my estate. My primary residence, which this document shall be read, is to be donated to the city of Arcadia and used as a teaching facility for the future generations of alchemists. All books, furniture, and facilities are free to public domain and continue to be cared for by the servers, paid by the gold I leave for the city. And thank this beautiful city for its many years of residence, even though I wish I could have enjoyed the last few years of my life at home. Obviously, there's a couple of murmurs that some of the family members start talking to. Few, exasperated sighs of disappointment. Like, ugh, nobody's getting the house. Damn it.
Gonna lean over to Hazama. That's actually a good plan.
There.
Let us get serious now. To my family, all branches of my family, the Markleys, the Zevros family, the Erimari family, the Limanteau family, and finally the Skullsteel family. I truly wish I spent more time with you all and not buried myself in trying to save the world. One of the individuals from over here, probably the woman here, she's just going to look over to her husband and say, "Oh, that he was always like that, buried in his books every day, stuck in his lab." The old Hubert is going to look up at her and say, "Maybe then you all would not have turned into some of the largest disappointments to the art of alchemy."
Ooh.
Oof.
My greatest regret in
McCoy
life.
is just eating like acorns.
My greatest regret in life was not keeping the idea of progress and evolution in your blood. You have all forgotten what it means to be a Markley, and these next words will prove it. If you came here looking for any kind of inheritance, you have wasted your time. For my inheritance is going to be distributed through a carefully etched plan that has taken several years for me to construct. You therefore have two options. You may now Boy, it's your turn. Go ahead and have them out. As the butler is going to reach behind, probably like a plant or something, and he's going to pull out a little sack and start handing out what appears to be scrolls to everyone in the room.
Does that include us?
Even the mystery corner guy?
Yes. Everybody in this room
I'm,
gets a
I'm shocked he
scroll.
had enough for this group.
They brought extras.
You therefore have two options. These scrolls contain a magical contract created by professors of the academies of Astria. Oh, this was worded poorly. Contract created by a professor of the academies of Astria. You may bind yourself to the contract and take on my challenge for my inheritance, or you may take the second option. And he gestures back to the butler, who you guys didn't even notice left the room, and is coming back now with a large metal bowl that he sets in the middle of this table right here. Take the second option, a pouch containing of 100 gold pieces and a dismissal of the family name. If you decide to take this second option, you will be disowned as a Markley and may never again have any affiliation with the Markley family, Genesis, or the talent of alchemy again. If you choose this second option, you may now burn the scroll in the brazier, collect your gold, and leave.
So while he was talking, I opened up the scroll.
You open up the scroll and you see words and symbols and a whole bunch of gibberish that you have no idea what the hell it is.
Absolutely, because I can't read.
These squiggles look funny.
Also because it's incredibly magical.
Out of curiosity,
to open up the contract.
is it possible to accidentally activate the scroll?
No, it's not.
Okay.
Those of you who want to make a knowledge arcana check, good luck.
What about read magic?
Shits and giggles.
Shits and giggles.
Sorry, I'm not allowed.
I'm sorry, did you say I almost
I'm
passed?
not allowed to make a knowledge arcana check.
Was I one under?
Yes.
I can only make knowledge.
I was one away from critting.
Unfortunately, Rusty, the only thing that you were able to decipher from read magic is that this scroll is activated via blood. Alright, well, since none of you are moving, if you still remain here, then let me begin with the warnings. This challenge is quite literally my life's work, and has the potential of killing you. Whether it be through the adventure, obtaining items, or each other, you will be hunted and constantly threatened. The reward payout, however, will grant you glory throughout the entire realm, and possibly all of history itself. Not to mention some of the possessions that I leave behind.
I feel like there's an asterisk in front of that one.
This is your final warning to leave.
Who's next? Is it Florenta is next to me?
Pretty much move up.
Flora?
Calvin.
Oh, that is Vanya.
Yep.
Calvin's
That's fine,
actually
yeah.
going to go
Okay, my
ahead and
bad.
turn
Sorry.
around to all of you.
So, Calvin,
Listen,
what's your plan?
I know my grandfather. I don't know what he did. I don't know what the hell he was working on. But if there is something this serious that he is requiring a blood magic contract, this has to be something very important.
Anya, I am confused. What did this paper do?
It's
Calvin is going to turn to Mr. Mullinger. Mr. Mullinger, does the contract by any chance happen to have a safeguard in case if somebody wants to pull out of this task? Hold on, one moment. One moment, boy.
Can I read over the contract and see if there's a safeguard in it?
That's what he's doing right now.
Oh, here it is. If you so wish to leave, if you so wish to fully pull out of this challenge, you shall be entitled to the operation of memory magic to have you forget everything and anything that had to deal with the challenge, and therefore you will be completely dismissed from the Mockley family.
So either you take yourself out, or the pack takes you out.
Calvin's going to turn to the rest of you guys and say, so basically, if you want to pull out, no skin off your backs.
I do not have skin.
it's I'm not even gonna say it.
But you just said it.
Well,
Immediate
big,
face palm.
well,
Ace is just pinching the bridge of his nose.
job this big had big payout, so I'm for it.
Atrocious. Should I join?
Why not? We need money. This is a good way to
Okay.
make money.
Sure. Money
back
seems
out
important
anytime.
to you, so we should get it.
It's important to you too.
Oh, okay. Thanks for telling me no.
All right. Any further questions? Good. Now,
Sequoia will raise her hand.
Oh my god.
Here we go.
Oh boy.
Oh,
I,
dear.
I understand this contract uses blood as the catalyst, from what I was hearing. What if you bleed sap?
That is actually a valid question for Sequoia.
my dear, I am a lawyer, not a mage. I'm sure it is calibrated to handle any kind of bodily fluids your kind may produce.
You sound very smart, sir. I agree.
This gentleman right here is going to look over to you and say, "Your sap may work, Dryad."
Thank you. Welcome to me playing Baymax, basically.
Oh, God.
Payback's the tree.
I'm Sequoia. I'm Sequoia, your healthcare assistant.
Oh God.
Oh, God.
Alright, so now that is all settled, I'm going to need each of you to take out a dagger. If you do not have a dagger, borrow a dagger. If you do not have a dagger or you cannot borrow a dagger, find a way to prick your damn finger. And then take your blood and drip it onto the circle that is displayed on the contract.
I'm gonna pull out my rapier for the group.
I pull out my kunai.
Or just
That works better.
Sequoia just bites her fucking finger.
Calvin's gonna take out a dagger from his bag.
I'm gonna use Hazama's kunai.
Alright, so each of you
You just watch as Sequoia bites her fingers.
I'm gonna say, I have 4 of them, so who needs a dagger?
each
who
of
needs
you
kunai?
pricks
I'm
your
standing right
fingers.
next to you, so I'll just use yours.
Vanya tries to do it as stealthily as she possibly can.
Oh yeah.
Roll me
Forgot about
stealth.
that.
Damn.
Then let's say Ace and Sequoia. Roll me perception, since you guys are right there.
I can guarantee I'm not seeing this.
No. And no. All right, Vanya, you get away with it.
9.
Yeah. So each of
Why are you
you,
being stealthy about it?
you'll find out. Don't worry.
Oh, that's
Don't worry
right.
about it.
Don't
That's
ask
right.
questions. Shut
I
up.
forgot.
Don't worry about it.
I forgot.
So each of you prick your fingers and let the blood drop into the magic circle. The circle therefore lights up, and you can see blue arcane lights flow upwards, practically wrapping around your hand, and then inscribing a small little sigil onto your left forearm. It doesn't hurt, it doesn't burn. It is simply just a small magical symbol
We have
that
been marked
shines-
by the arcane.
that shines for a moment and then fades to nothing, as if it's not even there. You can see everybody in the room ends up doing it. And then same exact thing happens to everyone. Okay, well, now that that's taken care of. Now, the rest will commence after you all bind to the contract. To now, do not tamper with the magic circles either. Each of them have a safeguard as to if the magical circles are tampered with. It will distribute an arcane poison that will kill you within 10 seconds. More specifically, I'm looking at the Emaru family.
Damn, called out. But thankfully they said that out loud, because I'm sure some of us would have tried tampering with it.
Okay, now that it is done, let us begin. I have found a way to stop the parasitic invasion.
Wait,
I think
immediately perks up.
everyone just stops and cracks their head to look at him.
Yeah.
You have our full undivided attention.
There is a way to put an end to all of this madness. But, given my old age and feeble body, I failed to gather the ingredients to begin the brewing of the concoction. Watson will hereby now distribute scrolls containing your first clue. And
Oh boy, riddles.
the butler will hand scrolls to each head member of the families. Solve the clues, gather the materials, and become the greatest alchemist Endroth has ever seen. Please note that sometimes clues will overlap, and you may end up chasing after the same clue as another participant. There are 50 ingredients in total. I wish you all luck, and may the gods be with you on this journey. Start rolling up the scroll. Well, you all ponder with that. I'm on my way. And he'll just... You hear the cane tapping against the hardwood floors, muffled from the carpets, and he's just going to hobble his way out.
I'm going to lean over to Ace, and this was supposed to be his longest one yet?
Supposedly? I mean, given the opulence of the house and the standing of the family, it makes sense that the will would be longer.
Maybe. But it doesn't seem like it was all that long.
So this gentleman right here is just going to look around and clap his hands and say, "Well, folks, we must be off. We have an inheritance to win." Good luck. And then they are going to disappear.
They seem to be in a rush. I wonder why.
Perhaps we should head out too.
Agreed.
While it was, I can't say exactly grand to see you all again. Let us hope that we don't cross paths in this challenge.
Wait! Throsus is trying to wave him down. We should all work together. This will benefit the entire world, not just your family.
Astrosis?
There's more writing on it than that for the rest of the family.
Astrosis, you're going to see this guy's eyes go from you to Calvin, and then back to you. I would rather have my flesh ripped apart by flesh-eating ants. And then the three of them are going to walk out.
Hostility.
Oh.
Quite rude for this gentleman to just find a solution to a problem that ails the whole world and hide it behind a large, elaborate hunt.
What of the others here? Do you feel the same as
These
that
three,
one?
these three specifically don't even bother
Acknowledge.
looking at you. They don't even acknowledge you guys. They just get up and walk out.
Throsus is physically defeated at this point. Like, you could physically see the defeat on him.
These
Sequoia.
two here, same exact thing. They don't even fucking acknowledge your existence as they just walk out.
Astrosis,
Oh.
I know your heart means well. But
Just kneels next to Astrocious and like pets him.
I know your heart is in the right
It
place.
seems the
but...
members of this gathering are rather selfish.
Exactly.
And
The
now you
world
understand-
is cruel.
Now you understand why I didn't want to come by myself.
That is completely.
Well, there's still two individuals here. Maybe they will aid us in this endeavor.
This guy
One
right
is
here is
the
gonna.
butler.
This one guy is gonna look over to you and say, "Ma'am, I just work here."
Look,
What is work?
What he's
To do
currently doing
something.
and what we're currently doing.
guys. So, I
Oh,
would suggest that we be on our way.
I was just wandering around. Oh, there's still one more individual in the room.
That is
Tough crowd.
Yeah.
Tough crowd, am I right? You must be Calvin. Yes, I am. Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you. Your grandfather spoke incredibly highly of you. Interesting tattoos. Oh, thank you. They're just reminders. Basic alchemical properties and small additions. Very well. Well, wouldn't hurt to keep memorizing the basics. Calvin's just gonna shake his head and just look at this guy and be like, "I'm sorry, have we met before?" Oh, no. No, you and I haven't met at all. I'm a close friend of your grandfather's. I'm Fulmic. You know, they're gonna shake hands and say, "I don't recall my grandfather ever talking about you." He just like gives him a little shrug and say, "Yeah, I kind of like to keep to myself."
Does that mean you won't be helping us either?
Well, I'll be completely honest with you. I wasn't actually expecting to get a clue for myself, but wouldn't hurt to, play along a little bit just to see what I can find. But hey, you ever need something, kid? Or actually, for the rest of you, we ever cross paths? Don't feel free to ask. I'd be more than happy to help.
Much appreciated.
If we are to meet you at the crossroad of pathings, we will let you know.
That statement goes hard.
That statement.
It goes hard left field and just falls off a cliff.
Honestly, felt like you lost where you were going with that halfway through.
Yeah, that's why I said it that way. It was starting off so great, and then it just whoop.
My defense, I can't be whimsical, wise, a silly, goofy person all the time. Some of these are gonna fall flat.
Listen, it was a verbal faceplant. That's what that was.
Yes, it was.
I
Yeah.
loved it.
So Fulmic is going to go ahead and, say his goodbyes and start making his way out.
Friend Calvin, you made a friend. He appreciated your bark real well. That is what I believe Astrosis calls a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to have somebody that's, doesn't hate me, but I don't know. My grandfather used to talk about literally everybody
Sequoia
he
gives
worked
you-
with. I've never heard of this guy.
Sequoia's gonna try and give Calvin thumbs up, but is gonna put the thumbs down.
Sequoia, wrong way.
She puts him sideways.
Still the wrong way.
Okay, anyway.
Thros is actually going to approach the
Butler.
butler here.
I thought he dipped.
No, he's still
Oh.
here.
Pardon. Wow, where'd the accent go?
Yes, how can I help
Not
you?
there, buddy.
So, understanding that all books will be donated to the nearby town, correct? Along with mansion.
Yes,
Does that mean they are available for public use?
indeed.
Would
They
I
would
be
be.
perhaps?
They
Would
shall
we
be-
perhaps
They shall be moving to the public library tomorrow morning.
public library? Okay. Any in particular books we should look into? Kinda like-
Unfortunately, I do not possess any knowledge of alchemy, nor do I know of anything about this challenge.
Hmm.
In fact, today was the very first time I've heard about this challenge.
Thank you, anyways.
We appreciate your help, and I'm gonna just put one of the little clay jars of healing slop in his hands. This will make you feel better if you get hurt.
He's just gonna hold it out. Yes, thank you. He's gonna walk over, just plop it into the bowl, pick it up, and make
I mean,
his
at
way
least he didn't
out.
throw it.
Should we ponder this clue a little bit since we're the only ones in the room? Or
Sure.
should we go back to the inn?
No, let's take a look at it.
Enlightenment.
Calvin unrolls the scroll, and suddenly you guys notice this scroll is really tiny. It unravels, and this is what you see.
Two eyes and a spear.
Josh, do any of us recognize those symbols?
Make me
I reckon.
knowledge arcana.
Not
Nope,
really on the
can't do
roll.
that. No, I just can't do that. One of those look like the gone home symbol for Boy Scouts.
That tracks
I'm-
because I don't have any magic.
I was going to say it looks
Damn,
like a lance
what is
and
up with
a
me
pair of
rolling
tits that didn't grow
19s
hair.
tonight?
Has KP rolled? No.
Looking
Zero's
for
coding.
my. There we go.
I can't. Well,
Knowledge. Yeah.
I'm not trained in Knowledge Arcana, and if I roll, it's pointless for me to roll that.
I quite literally can't roll.
Ace, Vanya, and Florentia. These are alchemy symbols.
Hmm.
Calvin, do you recognize these?
I'm not cool.
I recognize the first one. The second one has multiple meanings, but I've never seen the third one before.
Well,
You put the
since
triangle
everything
in
is
between
public.
the.
Oh, go ahead.
Please continue. No, This was Matt making a joke. You are doing something smart.
Oh, since the books here are technically public domain,
It wouldn't.
we can
It
look
would
at
make sense
them
if we could look.
as long as we don't take them from the building.
Yeah.
You put the triangle between the circles. It looks like a man's face.
So, this first symbol here, the triangle, is the alchemical symbol for Earth, prime, seed. It's indicating origin and growth.
So let's start the journey.
I
the
know this.
the second symbol represents the sun, gold, perfection, and enlightenment.
Seems like we're looking for a plant.
Not quite. The third symbol almost looks like
If
a
one-
combination of the two. Almost. Not quite.
I've never
It looks like a
seen-
flower. It has curly petals.
I've never seen this symbol before.
It's a lollipop.
Mhm. But based on the first two, it could be a hint to gain new knowledge, which we're literally in your grandfather's home, and I'm sure he's got tons of alchemical books, which could potentially lead us to a clue to the third symbol.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Let's go check out my grandfather's study. There might actually be something there.
Lead the way.
Time to investigate.
So, you guys are going to start making your way through Markley Manor. And as you guys exit the conference room and start making your way towards the library, you guys are suddenly stopped by two individuals.
Oh, two familiar faces.
It seems we weren't the only ones with this idea.
This is before you guys get to the library. Oh,
Oh, look. It's those individuals who were very rude.
Lord and Lady Limontu. It's nice to see you all.
I am going to politely bow to them.
Sequoia shall wave enthusiastically.
Seeing Vanya bow, I'm gonna give a slight bow.
I get it mixed up and I do a curtsy.
I wish the same
Floro.
could be said. I wish the same could be said, Calvin. Tell me, what has your grandfather told you about this challenge? I don't know anything about it. I got the same paperwork that you all did, and Today was the first time I've heard about it. Surely your grandfather must have shown you something in his study, his lab, perhaps? No. I've been in Eaglefront for a while. Last time I saw Grandpa Markley, maybe 2-3 years ago? And now you're traveling. Well, I would hate to keep you up from your little goose chase of whatever your grandfather left behind. If you wouldn't mind, I would like to have a word with one of your companions.
If I may be as bold as to ask who.
The woman is going to smile and come on over and politely and lightly hug Vanya.
I hug her back.
Oh. They are friends of Vanya.
It's a pleasure to see you again, darling. How have you been? Are you eating well?
Yes, ma'am. Travels have been slow recently.
Sequoia and Florentia, you guys are looking like in Vanya's general direction, but you're more attracted to Calvin's face, who is currently, his jaw is on the fucking floor.
Oh, I sense jealousy.
Human Calvin, you can catch moths that way. It's a very effective tactic.
Calvin is going to shut his mouth and clear his throat and say, "We'll be on our way, Lord Limantu. Everyone, come on, this way to the study."
Okay.
I'm gonna give a slight bow as I walk away.
I give a courtesy nod.
I'm gonna
as
keep
I
waving enthusiastically.
I get a courtesy nod as I walk away with my cane.
So, Lady Limantu and Lord Limantu are going to approach Vanya. The Lord is going to look at Vanya and say, "It's a pleasure to see you again, Vanya.
You as well.
Tell me, how did you get mixed up in all this?"
It started as a couple of days ago. I had made my way into Eaglefront and was at the Adventurers Guild looking for some work, but before there was quite a crowd, and by the time I could get up there, all the jobs had been taken, except for one to escort Mr. Calvin here.
The Lord is going to look at his wife and say, "That will explain why we had to wait for so damn long." Miss Vanya, you do realize what you just got yourself into, correct?
I have an idea, yes.
The lady's going to speak up and say, "And you're sure that you want to go through with it?"
If this can help bring an end to the parasitic infestation, I do believe the risk is worth it.
And you still choose to work with Calvin, we would be more than happy to take you along with us.
Unfortunately, Master Lamento, I have signed a contract with Calvin. And wasn't it you who taught me that you never break a contract?
You're going to see him close his eyes and take a deep breath in, like, "Oh, son of a bitch." No, You are indeed correct.
Like, son of a bitch, I should have kept your contract. I should have contracted you long ago. God damn it.
You are indeed correct, Vanya. Honor above all. Very well. In that case, then, might I suggest keeping an eye open?
I will, Master.
And if we ever do end up crossing paths again, perhaps we would be able to discuss an exchange of information.
She, I'll offer some smiles. Like, I believe that would be best.
There's a good girl. Now, go join the rest of your friends. We have business to attend here at the manor.
Yes, sir. And she would, politely bow again.
Lady Limantu will give you a hug goodbye, of course.
Yep.
Take care of yourself, dear.
I shall. You as well.
And then they will walk off. So now you come about the corner and continue to follow your friends into the library. So Calvin, looking a little disheveled and shocked at what he just witnessed, doesn't ask any questions. He just strides over to the library and swings the doors open and says, "Welcome to my grandfather's study."
I
Dozens
was
upon
expecting
dozens
a
of
little
books.
bit more of a
Or
mess.
trees.
Dozens upon dozens of books and dating back centuries of the knowledge of alchemy. All for the sake of progress of the region. And you guys look around. Of course, it feels very homey in here. Books are stacked up incredibly well organized. You could definitely tell that Nicklin absolutely took care of all of his belongings. All of his research notes are organized in a cabinet to the left, and there's like little trinkets every now and then in like little jars or display cases. There's plants growing all over the place. But most notably, what you guys give me perception rolls actually before I explain this.
Bleh.
Vanya's like, oh,
Me and
these are
Co-
books.
Me and Cody are useless.
No, it
Cody
can't
and I
be
are
any
quite
worse than
useless
me.
in this.
Okay, Ace, Florentia, and Sequoia. As you guys are taking a look around,
I made it?
Yeah, you passed.
Roll a 15.
As you guys are walking around, taking a look at, like, in awe of all the bookshelves and all the books, the papers, and the trinkets and such, you guys notice this much larger display of books that are encased in a display case of glass, and on the top of it, of course, is like a family crest up here. And what you can see is like a small terrarium in it. And inside this little terrarium is a single black flower that appears to be emitting some kind of magical energy.
See, I told you, we look for plant.
Hey, Calvin?
Yeah.
What kind of flower is that? I've never seen such a thing.
Oh, Josh, what kind of flower is it?
Matt, I will allow
Yes.
you to roll a knowledge nature.
Come on,
Don't
this is when I need
mess
a
this
20,
up.
baby.
So that's
Fuck.
How
Sequoia, you have
does it
Sequoia,
feel?
this flower is super fascinating because you have never seen this flower before. The rest of you
I'm
are
gonna
free
talk
to
to
go
the
ahead
flower.
and wander. The rest of you are free to wander around the rest of the library.
I'm currently in a library. There's really not much for me to do here. So what I'm doing is I'm sitting in the corner. I have my spear, my long pole in hand, and I'm twirling it around like it's.
Matt,
my
let me
feet.
ask you a question. Is speak with plants telepathic, or do you have to physically talk to the plant?
Does not say. I assume I have to physically talk to the plants.
Yeah.
Okay,
You can communicate
that's
with
going
plants.
to be a problem.
Like,
That's going to be a slight problem because
Okay.
this thing is currently sealed away in a terrarium.
It really comes
Sequoia
down.
does not understand the concept
Man.
of glass.
Fair enough.
The other thing is, I think it has to be a living plant, doesn't it?
It is living.
Okay.
It's in a terrarium.
It's alive. Yeah,
A
the
terrarium
normal
is
plant
basically
sense
an
its surrounding is
encased.
limited.
Ecosystem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sequoia
Right,
just
yeah.
wants to talk to the flower because it's weird.
So yeah, Sequoia, you walk up and you start like talking to this plant. And Calvin and Flora are just looking at you like, Sequoia,
I'm guessing it's a dryad thing.
Yes,
what are you doing?
I can speak with flower. I talk to plant. I can't hear plant though. Weird. There's a weird force. Something repelling me from getting closer to the flower.
Sequoia, maybe you can talk with the other plants in the room and see if there's a way to get in there without breaking it?
Well, how would I break it? There's a force here. I cannot seem to
It's-
perceive anything that would stop me from getting closer to flower.
It's like a door, but it's clear. If you ask
Well,
the
that is a
plants,
useless kind of door.
it's meant to be looked through and not touched.
It's like a window.
Well,
It is a window.
You might not want to touch this thing.
Yes.
This is my grandfather's prized possession. It's actually the only one that I know of here in Endroth. This is a black lotus.
What is flower? Ooh. The flower emits something.
Can I see
ever
those
so
symbols
slightly.
again?
I say we look for plants. Growth, sun.
I'd make it a point to write down those symbols somewhere.
Somebody take a screenshot.
I'm gonna post it. I'm going to go ahead and post it in
Oh,
important.
better.
I'll put it in important. Don't worry.
I had already written it down. That's why I was saying it.
Well, all this is going on. I'm looking through research notes.
Give me a perception roll. Yep, there's symbols. A lot of symbols.
Are there any notations next to the symbols?
No.
So there's no key.
There you go, Matt.
No.
You'd have to be an alchemist to know.
No. This is just pure alchemy. Like, there are some words explaining, like, please put symbol, 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 and symbol, symbol, symbol into the vial at this measurement. Then add symbol, symbol, symbol into this machine. You know, it's instructions, basically, that you're reading.
Calvin, were there
Do I
any
see
books?
any combinations of the same symbols in our clue?
No.
Okay.
Why is my... Oh my god, who's messaging me? Are you kidding me?
Friend
No.
Calvin, what does the black
No.
lotus
KP,
do?
no.
I ignore for now. I'm already going in like an hour and a half. I'm not going in right now.
Black Lotus is
Correct
a
answer.
very dangerous plant, actually. It's magically inclined to basically kill anything that touches it. This is actually one of the most
Interesting.
rare alchemical ingredients you can possibly ever find. This and a crystal that is known as Vivianite.
Josh,
Hey,
I am going
Calvin?
to do a thing.
What are you doing, Brady?
I'm going to look at the Black Lotus and use that. And just
Well, we
study
already know it's magical.
it. Yes, we know it's magical, but what kind of magic does it put off? You said it kills people.
Necromancy.
Okay.
Strong necromancy.
That is strong necromancy.
Like, so much strong necromancy, you're seeing a little dot with the flash of light that happens when you activate detect magic. A tiny little flashbang goes off, and your vision is partially blocked by a little black dot for the next minute.
That was a bad idea.
Calvin, are there any books that your grandfather used when teaching you alchemical symbols that would be here in the study?
Yeah, there should be some. Let's see here. Yeah, right here. It's a beginner's translation guide.
Why don't we flip through some of these? Perhaps there's a clue to that last symbol.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want to take a look through that one, there's one way over this way.
After my vision clears up, I'll take a look at that one.
And this one is what I want to look at.
I figure if we have a basic idea of what we're probably looking for, it'll be a little easier. Rather than only having one person be able to recognize.
Josh, if I yell really loudly, can I get the plant to hear me?
You can try yelling, but you're not going to get any answer.
The plant is so quiet.
The other plants in the
I'm gonna
room,
go talk to
however,
the
are
other-
going to scream at you, saying, "Shut the fuck up!"
Ah! Friend plants! Gonna go talk to some of the shrubbery.
So-
Perception? If
Yeah,
I
for
can
those of you who are looking through books and looking for matching alchemical symbols, make me perception rolls.
Oakley dokley.
Oh,
Well,
fuck
dang.
you. Fuck you.
Well, this is Calvin's jam right here.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, but I couldn't identify the flower.
You did. You identified a very pretty, dangerous flower.
That wants to murder you.
And everyone.
I want to touch it.
No, you
No,
don't
you
want to
don't.
touch it.
No, no, no. You no touch.
No touch. No touch.
All of a sudden, you guys are going to see Calvin like slam one of the books to the ground and says, "I found it."
Oh, what is it?
What'd you find?
Well, there's no actual name for this symbol. The end symbol of this clue represents knowledge, temptation, or immortality.
Given the context of that and the first symbol, can you infer what the middle one would mean in this context?
Let's start from the top. What do each of the symbols mean again?
Give me knowledge religion checks.
Oh, dear Lord.
No.
Good job, Ace.
I don't do religion.
Yeah, this is
Astrosis?
You're looking at pictures, my guy.
Oh, okay. If I'm looking at pictures, I guess.
Well, you
Because
guys you guys are also able to depict like the purposes of the symbols. You have Earth, Seed, and Prime, Origin and Growth for the first symbol. The Sun, Gold, Perfection, and Enlightenment for the second. And now Knowledge, Temptation, and Immortality for the third. Astrosis.
So it's definitely not squish.
Astrosis.
Yeah.
You have heard of something like this. Throughout your travels, your grandfather used to tell you about stories in terms of these individuals who are similar to the pikemen, the pikemen ways that you are used to, but they are capable of wielding magic. They're called paladins. They worship gods. Your grandfather may have told you a couple stories about these gods and, you know, what they stand for, you know, what they do for people and how people pray to them and tell stories of them. And
May have taken you to a temple.
And you remember from your childhood, your grandfather told you a story about a tree that belonged to the domain of the gods that used to possess a golden apple.
The Tree of Life.
Open mouth DM speak. There is a tree with a golden apple. That might be what this is referencing.
The mother?
Calvin's immediately going to shoot upwards and walk on over to the case, open it up, and he's going to take out a very large book that is like covered in chains.
I didn't know a book could be in BDSM.
No, Strosis, you just reminded me of something.
I help.
That story about the Tree of Life. It's not just a religious tale. And he's gonna set the book down.
Do you have a key for that?
He's gonna come on over to this desk, open up one of the drawers, take out a ring of keys, look for the key, unlock it, open up the book, dust into the air. And he's going to continue saying, it wasn't just a religious tale. Here it is. The seeds of the golden apple are meant to have the nectar of life. While these seeds are incredibly rare, anyone who possesses these seeds are able to crack it and crush it down into a liquid form and could save people from the brink of death. And then he points to a symbol a string of symbols that are there that exactly match your clue.
Feels like we must go find Mother.
But they're not printed in the book.
They're written in?
They are handwritten in the book. And the ink is fresh. We're not looking for the tree of life. We're looking for a seed of a golden apple. That's the first ingredient.
If it exists. It could be a symbolic.
No, it's not symbolic. It's real. Alchemy is the practice of precise measurements. If you get one measurement wrong in any alchemical sequence, it quite literally will blow up in your face.
Ah.
How common are violent reactions like that?
Oh, extremely common.
Also depends on the alchemy you're doing.
Breathing is more common. Well, breathing is less common, is what I meant to say.
Now, the real question, where can we find that tree?
Well, the seeds.
Sequoia, did I hear you mention something about your mother?
Oh, yes, Mother Tree. Mother Tree is strongest tree in all forests all around. All trees come from the Mother Tree. I'm not sure where Mother is, but Mother spoke to me, and that's why Sequoia's not in the woods.
Josh, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't there a depiction of a large tree on the world map in Rellanora?
There is.
Why, yes, there is. I'm only going to be vaguely helpful all campaign. Thank you very much. This is the most you're ever going to get out of me.
Would I know if that is the biggest tree in the area?
That is the biggest tree in the region. Yes.
That's the biggest tree, period.
The only tree.
No, the one in Luavara is the biggest.
No.
The only
Oh,
tree
great. Eight's gonna be queen of that tree.
The only tree I could think of that fits that description is in Rellanora. It is the biggest tree I know of.
So we go to Sequoia's forest to find our next clue, or find more answers to get
Rellanora
to.
is from where
I
I'm
don't
from.
know. In truth, I do not know where I was found. Astrocious, where did you find me?
God damn it. Josh, where would I have found her? I don't think that was written down.
I thought we discussed this. I thought you
think we
found
just-
her in Oxwood.
Yeah, that's what I remember.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or at least near there.
Mm-hmm. Sequoia, once again, quite literally just wandered out of the woods. But yes, friend Calvin. The Mother Tree sounds like what you're depicting. She brings life. She is one of the oldest trees. Without her, no dryad would exist. Without her, no plants would exist. Even your veritable black lotus back here.
We might need to make a trip to Rellanora.
Problem.
It is.
That's literally across the world.
It's the only tree I could think of that matches that description. Largest tree I've ever seen.
Just because a tree is big does not mean it's the oldest.
Well, it's the largest tree I've seen.
Well, we may be able to find some answers. there.
Matt, make
I
me a
mean,
perception check.
I've never been to. Okay. I'm gonna. Hopefully something good happens with this. I wanna
And you get
cry.
kidnapped.
Matt, you suddenly start hearing the plants yelling.
Oh, the plants are yelling at me. One
What are
second.
they saying?
Yes,
They are screaming
I'm listening.
danger. Danger.
Ooh,
Everybody else make me
something
perception
is
checks.
coming. Something dangerous.
Oh,
Whoa!
I believe
Oh,
we might
dang.
be getting into. Oh, what are they called? What is the word for it? Atrocious loves these things. Atrocious loves these things. Ah, yes. We might be having an altercation.
Hey, don't out me like that.
Florencia. You
Yeah?
start to smell smoke.
No.
You start to smell smoke and burning wood.
Calvin,
Yeah.
I smell fire.
He's gonna quickly run over to one of the windows. We gotta go now.
Let's take these beginning books with us. If the
The
whole
one
place
with-
is gonna go up in flames anyway.
Grab the one with the chains too.
Josh, can I try and grab two of the Can I grab two of the potted plants?
Sure.
As many of the plants as I can hold.
Calvin, is
Sequoia's
there a
grabbing as
way-
many of the not the obviously the deadly flower.
You could take the terrarium if you want.
how much does it weigh?
Definitely taking the terrarium.
Take the terrarium.
The mouse takes the terrarium.
Sequoia,
It's like I love how we're talking
Sequoia's
about
gonna
it.
drink a potion of Anthol.
What?
Sequoia's taking all the plants.
You watch the Sequoia downs a potion, downs a herbal remedy of that is Anthol, and just starts picking up all the plants, and even the terrarium is running out of this bitch. Every plant, they're all coming out here alive.
Fair enough.
I see this. I'm like, did I just watch?
Yep.
No,
Yep.
never mind,
I'm not
let's
gonna
go.
question it.
Grab all the
Grab-
books you can carry.
My priorities.
Right. So you guys
Sequoia is normal.
you guys start grabbing a bunch of books.
I specifically grab the one with the chains.
Yeah, Calvin runs over to the case and he starts shoving some of the more older books into his bag. He reaches up and he hands the terrarium with the Black Lotus to Strosus.
Yep, I'm carrying that, I guess.
So who's going to be the first one out the door?
Obviously, it's the druid.
I'll be
I'm running.
I would be following the druid because
Oh, same.
I'm still depicting myself as yes, I'm walking around with a cane. So
Sequoia.
Sequoia,
you,
I pretty much guide you out.
Sequoia, you go to reach down to open the door, and then suddenly you feel a burning sensation on your hand, and you take 1 point of fire damage.
Out the window.
Fucking pain.
How much?
She lets
does
out
this
a blood curdling
weigh, Josh?
scream.
Is there a window in here?
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
couple windows in here.
How much does this big book with the chains weigh, Josh?
About 10 pounds.
Okay.
And you guys are also on the 3rd story.
Oh God.
That doesn't bother
Hold
me.
on. Does anybody have rope?
Yes.
I do.
Cool. We're gonna need it. We're gonna have to go out the window.
Actually, in fact, I even hook up my grappling hook.
I toss you my rope.
Josh, this is such a dumb thing,
Rusty, I toss you my
but
rope.
I'm curious if this would work.
What?
It's such a dumb. One second, let me just. Oh, never mind. It won't work because I assume none of the trees here are large enough to fit Sequoia inside of it.
No.
Yep, never mind. Then Sequoia's just all the plants in the pots coming out with Sequoia.
Okay, this way.
Okay.
Sequoia's her. You see as her hand is like literally looks like charred wood.
Sequoia, we can't save the plants.
Sequoia's still holding all the plants. You're not gonna. The plants are innocent here. Whoever started this fire is mean.
We have a chance to stop the fire from the outside, but we can't do anything from within here. You're not going to be able to climb the rope
Sequoia's already
with that.
climbing down the rope with all the plants. One hand on rope, other hand full of plant.
Give me
Somebody's...
give me strength rolls.
All of
Oh,
us?
God.
Oh, I'm going to fail.
Oh, no.
Can I do a climb check instead?
Sequoia,
Michael.
you are falling.
The rat is
Astrosis
falling.
falls.
Bye bye.
Oh no, the rat has the fucking thing.
Like Astrosis doesn't fall. He straight up jumps out the window.
Florentia, what are you carrying again?
I'm just carrying the basic books.
Okay, you managed to get down. Azama, you fall.
Geronimo!
Ace, you make it down.
Professional propeller.
Vanya, you make it down.
Like,
And Calvin falls.
like Ace. Like I can see. Like I can imagine. Like Ace goes
I try and
down.
catch Calvin as he's falling.
Everybody just falling on the outside of the building or inside the building here?
On the outside, obviously.
Just gotta verify.
Can I try
Use
and
the
catch
plants to
Calvin
cushion
as
my
he
fall.
falls?
Oh wait,
Right.
I wonder.
Give me a second. Alright, so. You guys are falling from the third story of a building. This is gonna
Can
be great.
Can I try, as I'm going down, can I try to grab Calvin as he falls?
I'm trying to catch him as well.
Nobody's gonna catch the mouse?
No one's gonna
Nobody's
catch.
gonna catch the mouse with a terrarium that holds the deadly flower.
Nope.
He went out before I went out the window.
No.
I'm gonna throw out
Josh,
my
I have a
bedroll.
question. Can I do this as I fall? Can I?
It's a standard action.
I mean, yeah, sure, if you want. What are you
I'm gonna try and
what are you
this is my
taking the form of?
A large shrub that catch Astrosis.
Oh god.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw my
I've become a
bedroll on
hedge.
top.
Okay. So Sequoia, you're immediately transforming into a shrubbery. You are still going to be taking damage.
Fine.
7 points of damage you're going to be taking.
That's fine. I'm very hurt right now.
Okay. Then
I have 2 hit points.
Florentia, you are going to be able to get down. No problem. Strosis, you are going to fall onto Sequoia and take 5 points of damage.
I see Ace on the way down. Bye.
Sequoia with Strosis, how much do you weigh?
One second.
Fully geared.
Okay. Let's see. 28 pounds plus 49.7.
If you look at your additional, it should say your
Okay,
total weight right there.
Sequoia, you're going to be taking an additional point of damage as the Strosis lands on you. And then Cody, give me a luck roll.
Luck.
Oh boy.
Fuck
Okay.
yeah.
Sequoia successfully catches the terrarium.
I'm immediately gonna turn back, and Sequoia's like, there's sap and like bruising on the bark and all the things. And you just watch as she just downs another one of her, like she's just drinking out of her clay pots a bunch.
Ace, you managed to rappel yourself down.
I
Just
cheer.
in-
Trying to catch Calvin
Just
on the
in-
way down.
Just in time to see Hazama like try to climb out the window, but his foot slips. He whacks his head against the windowsill and then falls face first on the ground. Diggo,
Yes.
you have a bruised nose and you only take 1 point of damage. Vanya,
Oh my
you,
god.
you successfully make your
Oh
way
my.
down, and Calvin is only taking 3 points of damage as he's going to crash into Ace.
Can I try to catch Calvin as he falls?
Josh, I just realized
Landed
I'm
right
a,
on me.
Josh, I just realized I'm a huge fucking idiot.
Why?
I have an herbal remedy of feather step.
Yeah.
Great job.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda. But you did.
I panicked.
Fair
All
enough.
right.
Fair enough.
All right. So, yeah, you guys have successfully made your way out of the manor as you guys make your way off of the property. You can see that quite literally half of the entire mansion is on fire right now.
Well, yes, city's not getting the building or its contents.
I don't have enough in my bladder to handle that. It's the only form of water I have.
Sequoia's out of tree shape and just kind of like holding to terrarium with the dark flower in it, and just really wants to open it.
You can see Calvin like clutching some of the books that he saved, just watching the manor burn. All of that knowledge. Just gone.
Whom do you believe would do this? I know the list is quite long and extensive, though, gathering. But it feels like a dumb idea to burn the only obvious place that a hint lays, no? Sequoia's saying this while repotting all the plants and flowers around that, other than the death flower. Just putting them all on the ground.
Next to a burning house.
The trees will be fine. You know how much heat it takes to burn down foliage and shrubs that are fully grown? A lot more than a house fire could produce.
I mean, it's got a lot of fuel. Plus, I'm sure there are chemicals in there too.
I did not think about that part. I'm sure it'll be fine.
So yeah, Calvin mostly just stands there and just sadly watches as his grandfather's home burns.
Calvin, not to... how do I want to say this? You know what? How many books did you save? And how much knowledge do they contain?
These are some of the oldest books that my grandfather had.
I pull out the book with the chains. I grabbed this one.
I
I
saved
grabbed a
these
couple
ones.
myself.
Pulls out the beginning alchemical books.
Thanks for at least saving some of them. And thanks, Astrosis, for protecting the Black Lotus. It really meant a lot to my grandfather. We should probably get going, though. If the guards end up seeing us here next to a burning building, it's...
Not gonna look good for us.
Let's
Yeah.
get out of here.
Josh, high or low?
Low.
High or low, Josh?
Oofda.
All right. Oh, the death flower stays in the terrarium then. Oh, it's now sequoias though.
Right. And so you guys make your way, there's at least start making your way back to the capital city, books and plants in hand. As the city, it's starting to get a little dark outside now. It's about twilight or so, and yeah, the glow of the fire is the only thing practically illuminating the path behind you all. But congratulations. You guys are now on the MSQ.
Woo!
And so much so, you have already figured out your first ingredient.
Yay!
While we're walking back to town, I am going to put that on the book with chains.
So, as you guys make your way back to the inn, Calvin brings you guys into the guy's room. Just, start setting down all the books that you guys took from the manor. And just, sits on the bed and just lays back, just lets out a long sigh.
That is understandable.
Sequoia's still. Sequoia's gonna look at Calvin. Calvin, do you think it would be unwise to remove this flower from the terrarium?
I would very highly advise not doing that, Sequoia. I understand you are curious, but it quite literally will kill you if it touches you.
It is not without its
Josh,
use.
is it fully encased in glass, or is it like a... What's the lid for this thing?
Look, Matt, have you never seen a terrarium before?
Here's the thing. I've seen many terrariums. Here's the thing. Fish terrariums look different than plant terrariums, which are different than snake terrariums, which are different than frog terrariums.
It's fully enclosed with its own.
Because some of them have mesh lids.
It's a fully enclosed
Yeah,
okay.
ecosystem.
It's a fully enclosed ecosystem
Thank you,
in a
sir.
large bottle of glass, completely sealed off with a waxed cork.
Okay. Sounds good.
Who's the science guy?
That would be the alchemist.
No. He's always on Discovery Channel and whatnot.
Bill Nye?
Neil Grass to Tyson.
Yes.
Yeah.
Neil.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Neil had a terrarium in his, I guess it was his house or at some location, and the builders thought it was, they didn't want to damage it, so they covered it up, not knowing that it still needed light in order to feed the terrarium, because it had things like krill and other light sensitive plants and
wow.
creatures, and nearly destroyed the terrarium.
I would be so pissed.
Oh yeah.
Fair enough.
It had a few casualties, but it survived.
So Calvin is going to sit up and say, well, I mean, we found one. We did something. Where the hell we're going to find a seed of a golden apple? I have no fucking idea. But I did find something on the page after here, let me just show you. He's gonna take out the big book again, open it up, flip through the pages, and you guys are going to see the three symbols that represent the seed of a golden apple. He's going to therefore turn the page, and you're going to see like covering up a bunch of text that mean nothing. He's going to show you guys that there is a secondary thing that looks like this.
Oh.
Triangle, pursed lips, and a hand grenade. Or it could be a cherry. Yeah.
Does it say what those mean?
No.
God, this is the God script all over again.
No, right?
No. Once again, I recognize the first symbol, but now the last two symbols I've never seen before.
We'll take a look.
For those of us uninformed, what is the first symbol?
Fire.
Oh boy.
We're going to a volcano. Or a desert.
Well, we're going to start figuring this puzzle out next time.
I saved all the plants.
And
All
then
right.
you planted them next to a burning building.
So,
They're fine.
let me go ahead and get a little handout here for everybody, so that way y'all can fully keep track of party loot. Then for those of you who want to keep track of your clues, here you go. So at the current moment, you have first clue, which was seed of a golden apple. And thus, the party has been formed. Your purpose has been realized, and the hunt for the clues begins.
Dun dun dun.
enemies will be everywhere as they literally just tried to kill you.
Woo!
So, thank you for watching, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed. If you guys want to catch up on the region of Endroth, there is a playlist on my YouTube. Or if you guys want to go watch a full campaign in total, the region of Luavara is also there. So tune in next week, usual time, 7:30 Eastern, right here, or over on Jacob's channel if you guys want to have the perspective of the players. And I hope to see you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.